Swasti Shri Ganeshaya Namaha Sai Ishwaraya Vidmahi Satyadevaya Dhimahi Tanna Sarva Prachodayat. Om Sahna Bhavatu Sahno Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahe Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahe. Om Asato ma satgamaya Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam gamaya. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukh Bhagavave. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Om Shri Sai Ram. Good evening and a very warm welcome to all of you on the day 35 of the Atma Chalisa Parayanam. In Karnataka, they are also celebrating today Hanuman Jayanti. So happy birthday to Hanumanji. Hanumanji's birthday is celebrated many times during the year. The one I remember is in the month of April, the north, that is a month later than his Lord Rama's birthday. So after that, Hanuman's birthday comes. So, but here they are celebrating today. So any case, and it's so relevant that we're going to talk about him because of the topic today. So yesterday we talked about and we experienced stillness, and we went and touched the depths of our stillness. And in that silence, in that void, in that black hole, we found that ever bright consciousness, and we experienced the presence of that. We experienced that silence, and this stillness is always with us, even when we are in action, in movement, in motion. And the silence is always with us, even when we are in a crowd. But the silence and stillness leaves us when we are troubled by our mind, when we are troubled by our thoughts, when we are troubled by our attachments, when we are troubled by our expectations. So in 1 minute, we are in absolute stillness, in absolute calmness, and we think we have moved so far ahead, and suddenly we fall prey to our expectations. And we expect only things from our loved ones and the people who are around us. And these expectations, when they are not met, it suddenly gives rise to anger, and we suddenly lose that stillness. We suddenly lose that silence inside of us. And this happens only because we need to keep seeing that the root cause of all these fluctuating emotions is because of our attachments. And as long as the attachments are there, as long as we are clinging on to the people who we think are ours, we will continue to face this. And that was the reason why I shared with you, all of you, a blog which was 5 years old. It was written in November of 2017. And it was a cry from a heart which did not want to participate any longer in this world of attachments, in this world of expectations, in this world of disappointments. And it was a cry, and at the same time a yearning to be absolved and from this maya, from this clutches of this delusion, maddening delusion caused by our attachments that lurks around the corner, always ready to spoil our peace, always ready to get us out of our consciousness. And today, 5 years later, that cry to the mother, you feel that if the yearning is intense and if the desire is pure, and if you are ready to walk that path, then of course that love which we have come to experience and share with everyone starts to gush forth and starts to flow, and each one of us can experience to be that apostle of love. So what are we going to be talking about today is the next step on this journey. We have frequently spoken about it, but I thought the state of beingness is actually equivalent to what we call as let go and flow. We've spoken many times about let go. What is let go? And what are we trying to let go of? It could be a lot of things. For example, the things are not going as per our plan. Because remember, it's a mind which is planning it. And as we said, consciousness has another plan, but the mind likes to plan. But things don't go as per our plan. So instead of getting upset at that time, if we accept the will of the universe, or if we accept the will of the consciousness, at that moment, let go. If people are being inconsiderate and unreasonable to you, don't bear grudges with them. Don't judge them. Let go. Forgive them. Forgive them, for they are operating out of ignorance. And we are suffering because of our attachments. So let go. Actions are being taken out of fear of making mistakes instead of being guided out of the divine love that we hold in our heart. Don't worry. Don't get hung up on these transitory actions. They are part of the illusion. They don't mean anything. Observe. Do not react. Let go. Be patient. Eventually, the love in your heart will prevail, because that is the language of consciousness. Remember, consciousness is supremely intelligent. Sometimes we find that actions are discriminatory against us rather than being discriminated upon or discerned upon. Let's not be uptight about the whole idea of right and wrong, because it comes from the mind. Let go. Truth shall prevail. It always prevails in the end. We do not have to prove a point. We do not have to go and wallow in self-pity. Many times we find, especially where people are walking together on the path of spirituality, we find separations are created instead of making people feel special. Do not fret. It's an old human feeling. Just let go. Knowing fully well, the river ultimately finds its way to the sea. These are all testing points. So my fellow journeymen and women, the panacea for all that you are presently experiencing, have experienced in the past, and all that you will experience in the future as well, to everything that will come, use the Maha Mantra, let go. Do not hold. Do not hold on to any idea preconceived. No thought, no beliefs, no opinion, no judgment. Let go of all the past conditioning. Trikuti, 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 put everything in the fire. Let go. Simply let go. The present time is all about letting go and to flow. So what do we mean by flow? What is the sensation of flowing? Flow simply means to just be without any conditionalities, without any prejudices, without any preconceived ideas. To flow means to be in a blank state. To flow means not resisting what is happening. I'll give you an example. We all know about the river, that it is constantly in a state of flow right from the time the snow starts to melt on the top of the mountains. It continues to flow down the mountains into the valleys, into the plains, until it merges into the sea. I experienced it firsthand when one of these times when I had gone for river rafting and I was wearing a life jacket, I simply jumped into the river Ganges. And for almost a kilometer, I flowed freely along with the river downstream. It was such a fantastic feeling. Just imagine you are lying in the lap of Mother Ganges, and without any effort, you are being simply taken ahead without any effort. Because effort is futile, because the river is so mighty, it's so strong. Even if you were to make an effort, it would be futile. So instead of trying to fight the current. You are just simply floating with it. And it's taking you where you need to be taken. You're wearing a protective gear. What is this protective gear? What a life jacket is to a person in the river, our consciousness is like that life jacket, protecting us from all harm or danger in life, because that is the divine aspect of the self, always at control. The only thing out of control is our mind. And it's the mind which makes us go against the current, which makes us swim against the flow of consciousness, because everything is happening as per the perfect plan of consciousness, of which we are a part. It's just that we have been swimming upstream rather than downstream. We have been resisting because we have our ideas, we have our attachments, we have our failings, and because of which we keep coming back again and again. It's a whirlpool that we find ourselves stuck in. But if you let go, if you float, if you go with the tide of things, without the encumbrances of the mind, without it applying brakes all the time, I can tell you it's an incredible feeling. Buddha called it the void. Vedas call it the shunya. Taoism calls it the Tao. I simply call it flow. Just let go and flow. And as you start flowing, you find your center. You find yourself in the flow. In the motion, there is a void. In the movement, there is a shunya. It is that Tao which makes everything happen. It is that consciousness which is making everything happen. And if this penny drops right now, in this moment, everything can be unraveled in this instant. So why is it so difficult to let go? Why is it so difficult to simply flow through life? Look at the children. They don't even have to let go. They're always just flowing because they've still not acquired or their mind has not got activated. Look at around you, how nature flows. The wind is flowing, the water is flowing, the fire is moving, the earth is moving and shifting, and everything flows into this illusion of the sky or the space. Hanuman Jayanti today. And Hanuman was such a beautiful example of flow. He never thought that it is impossible to go and catch hold of the sun. He didn't have his mind at that time. He was young and he simply went. Anybody grown up with a mind already in place would have said, oh, this is not possible. But he wanted to teach the sun a lesson. And he went with the flow and he put the sun in his mouth. When it was time to go, when he was grown up to go and look for Mother Sita, when all the other monkeys said, they shall not be able to jump that long, he believed in what his master had said. He did not use his mind. He said, if my master believes I can do it, if he has faith in me, then of course I can do it. This is an example of let go. When within 24 hours he had to get the Sanjeevani beauty for Lakshmana, he just went with the flow and brought the whole mountain back. When we flow, we are not avoiding things. We are not running away from things. Yes, we are avoiding confrontations. We are avoiding unhappiness because, remember, we are using the bag of forgiveness. We are using the bag of love with the bag of our best action, with the awareness of our truth, and with the sweetness of acceptance. So once acceptance comes in, we're able to let go. And once you let go, you flow. You flow with that one consciousness. So if we can be in acceptance of this universal rhythm, which we have again and again pointed out is perfect in nature, and man is born out of that nature. Man is an aspect of that nature, and therefore man or woman is also born to be perfect, to be whole, and to be complete. So how can any external imperfections of people, places, situations, of circumstances, how can they drag us down from our natural state? So every time you get stuck in a situation, remember who you are, and then simply let go and flow. Flow with the river. Put that image in your head. Flow with Hanuman. Fly in the sky. Just flow. Don't go against the flow. Against the flow means it's the mind. The heaviness will come. Instantly you will know you're going against the flow because you're going with the mind. I have to be somewhere. I have to do this. This is the mind. You're going against the flow. You come in the flow and everything as the higher consciousness wants it, it's exactly going to happen like that. All circumstances are changed if you come in the flow. Once you learn to float in the same direction as the consciousness, as the extremely intelligent super consciousness is taking us. And the other thing that happens is, we know when we are in flow is when we are always at the present moment. We're always aware, acutely aware, perfectly aware of that present moment. Know that you are in the flow. And that's that state of beingness that we have been describing over the last 4 days. Choiceless awareness, gratitude. This is our natural state where everything starts happening spontaneously, because there is no longer a lag or a dragging effect. Or as somebody said, let go, let God. It's just that. And it's not a question of that, we're trying, it's not happening. Trying will come when we have not understood it. Or trying means when I am not wanting to do it. When I have understood it fully, then it happens in an instant. There's no question of attachments dragging us down as long as we have decided to do something about it. But if you have not made up our mind to do anything about it, then of course, it's a pretty difficult task. It's a very heavy effort, because we are trying to use our mind and we're trying to convince it. It's not getting convinced. And we're not just willing to let go, because we're not going to lose anything. When we let go, when we don't lose anything. It's just our mind which has created insecurities and fears. Oh my God, something is going to happen. Nothing happens except for joy comes in your life, except for total peace comes. You don't have to rely on anyone else other than your own consciousness. So my sweet ones, my loved ones, this was the next state of the beingness, of operating out of our consciousness, the truth of our being, which is ever present, which is all knowing, and which is the creator itself. Therefore, it is omnipotent. And when you are in that space, all this heaviness just goes. So while we pray to the mother to grant us her grace, we must let go of this girlfriend called mind, which is carrying all these attachments. And the mother's grace comes and the mother's blessings come, because the mother's blessings were never away from us. Shradhavan Labhate Gyanam Yad Bhavam Tad Bhavati. The one who seeks intensely definitely gets it. So if you are ready, in 5 minutes of closing your eyes, Denise, you can sit down where you are standing right now, and we will do a short flow meditation to experience what this flow is like, the flow of stillness. Bring your attention to your third eye and just let go of all the load that you're carrying, all your thoughts in this instant, just let go. And in one push, throw them into the fast-flowing Ganges River and watch all your thoughts simply being swept away downstream. And now flow. Jump into the Ganges River yourself. Just jump. The mother is going to take care of you. The mother will carry you in her lap. Experience this water all around you. You're able to breathe properly. You're absolutely safe. And you're feeling so beautiful, as if you are in the womb of your mother. And you're flowing. You can hear the sound of the water, and you're flowing with it. Your body is feeling so light. There is simply no resistance left in your body. All your muscles are absolutely relaxed. You're not feeling cold. The mother is protecting you, and you're warm and you're happy. And you find that there is a movement, and you are being carried by the current of the river. You feel guided, you feel safe, you feel secure, and you feel all your worries have lifted, and you're enjoying this feeling of letting go, as if you become a child once again. Even though you're flowing, yet there is a stillness inside of you, yet there is a deep silence inside of you. Despite the sound of water, you are in absolute peace. The Mother Ganges is enveloping you from all sides and holding you to its bosom and loving you, and you are extremely enjoying this feeling. You're aware that you're traveling downstream, and it's such a freeing feeling of not having to navigate through life. You don't have to plan, you don't have to think, you don't have to worry. The mother is taking care of you, and you are being led. and you're feeling so calm and beautiful inside. You feel safe because you are in the mother, and the mother is all around you. And everywhere there is only the mother, and the mother knows everything. The mother is everything. So when you surrender to the mother takes care of all, not just you, me, but the mother is taking care of everything that surrenders to it, that falls in the rhythm of the mother. All that becomes one with the mother, loses the individual identity, and becomes part of the mother. The struggle is only till the time we hold on to our separation from the mother. We never felt separate as long as the umbilical cord was attached with the mother. But now we don't need that cord because the mother is all around us, within us and outside of us. And how beautiful is this flow, and how light we are feeling, how peaceful and still we are inside. And yet we know we have traveled a lot. We didn't even get to know that there were big boulders on the way, that there were these mighty trees that were blocking the way. We did not even have to worry about them because the mother is taking care. This is exactly how it is in life. The trees and the boulders will fall on our way, but when we are in the flow and we are one with the consciousness, we'll be safely guided through all that comes our way because there is no more separation. In flow, there is oneness. In flow, all separations merge. And this is how it feels to live a life of flow. Natural, effortless, safe, enjoyable. You will simply love it. So now we thank Mother Ganges for this beautiful flow experience that she's given us. And we request her to now safely take us out of her lap, put us on the shore, and the mother gently guides us onto the bank. And as we come out, we holding joy in our heart and extreme love for the mother. We share our gratitude to her. We thank her and we realize her selfless nature, and we realize that we have come so far ahead from where we started, and all our worries and all our thoughts and all our attachments and all our desires and all our anger, all our expectations, everything has flown away. We are free. We are free. We are one, and we are in the flow. We are the flow. The flow is within us. The flow is us, and the flow is everywhere. All we need to do is to remember this flow and be in it. The state of being is a state of flow. After all, we are human beings. So thank you for traveling with me on this journey of flow. I hope you enjoyed it. I thank all the masters for guiding and assisting us on this journey, and to the Mother Ganges and to the Mother Nature. They may be different names, but they're all aspect of the same one flow. So I pray and hope that you will always flow in this river of consciousness, because that's exactly who we are. It's just that we forgot how to flow. And now that we have discovered how joyful flowing is, I know you shall flow from this moment onwards, forever till eternity. But that is who we are. We are a flow of eternity, which has never stopped, neither shall it stop, because it always flows in the present moment. The river never flows in the past, it never flows in the future. It always flows in the present moment. So too are we, this flow of consciousness in this moment now, in this state of being. God bless you all. Thank you. Love you. Om Shanti 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 Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sai Ishwaraya Namaste.